this is your Frontier Opening Bell, Wednesday, the 3rd of November. I am Bosin Namafai on behalf of Frontier Africa Reports. Thanks for coming through, everyone. Look at the stock market. Some of the big ones on the African continent finished off on Tuesday, the second trading day of the weekend of the month. The Nigerian market softened by 1/10. Sell-off on the banking names such as Zenith Bank, GTCO, and FBN Holdings after a rally we saw 2 weeks ago. Profit booking to start the new week within the banking space. Insurance also fell yesterday on the Nigerian bourse by 1.3%. In Cote d'Ivoire, the BRVM also softened by 14 basis points. The Egyptian market was in the green, however, for the second day of the week for Tuesday by nearly 1%. Investors traded about $88 million in total transaction value. The Nairobi bourse fell by 56 basis points on the back of a decline by KCB Group, one of the largest banking financial services company, and Safaricom as well. Then you've got the JSE up yesterday by nearly 0.5%. The resources, financials, and industrials indices finished off slightly in the green. Okay, let's touch base with East Africa, where Kenya is planning to maintain low carbon trajectory by the year 2030. That's according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, speaking at the ongoing UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow. An equity group says it's going to fund businesses looking to ventures in DRC. The idea is the banking group in Kenya, Equity, with its foothold in DR Congo, now says it's going to focus on supporting Kenyan businesses that are located in DR Congo in Central Africa. And on Opibus, it says it's raising $75 million for mass production of electric buses. That's some good news as we all change into EVs, moving forward, clean energy, and the rest of those conversations. Then Uganda's October inflation in terms of economic data came in slightly down to 1.9% from 2.2% in the month of September. October reading was about 1.9%. And Ethiopia and Djibouti free zone launch for sea and air cargo operation, that has now been put in place. That's a good relationship there with one of his neighbors. But again, Ethiopia has declared a state of emergency on the raging battle with the factions or the region on Tigray. That is one news coming through overnight. A state of emergency has been declared. Ethiopia and the Tigray region, one of the areas in Ethiopia, are in war over the last months or so. Okay, let's quickly throw in the West African news. By the way, Nigeria's president was at the COP26 summit on Tuesday, and he spoke about Nigeria looking to meet targets of net zero emission. The target set for Nigeria by President Buhari will be the year 2060. That's 10 years longer than the COP26 is developing countries are proposing, and the cost of that will be roughly $400 billion over the 40-year period. And good news, as Africa is set to have its own virtual first green exchange. That will come true from Nigeria on Monday, November the 8th. It's going to be the launch of FMDQ Green Exchange, the first in Africa. We'll see how it all works out when we go through that launch on Monday. Keep an eye on that. And late yesterday evening, Nigeria's Debt Management Office announced plans of the country is planning to raise between 200 billion naira and 250 billion naira in local currencies to fund infrastructure via Sukuk. Nigeria has raised nearly 1 trillion naira since it started issuing Sukuk bonds in 2017. And British Oil is forecasting is $3.3 billion in third quarter profit. In Ghana, Agric Development Bank, which is a specialized funding lender, says its third quarter profit was up nearly 50% to about 490 million cedis. Okay, I'm talking about Southern African space now, with President Ramaphosa sending a video message to the COP26 summit. But when you look at the economic data, the Absa PMI data came in at 53.6, still healthy, but slightly lower below the revised 54.7 in the month of September. And from moving forward from today, we're going to have a rise in fuel prices in the Gauteng area of South Africa and a few others. There's a whole lot of inflationary pressure that will bring in as we see oil prices nosedive slightly yesterday because U.S. is putting pressure on OPEC, which is meeting today. for his meeting virtually and in person at his headquarters in Vienna to pump more oil into the market. 400,000 was the initial plan that OPEC and his allies are expected to pump into the global market in November, December. That figure could go as high as 500,000 barrels per day. We'll get details of that later today. Then you have the BATM Advanced Communications getting 909,000 euros contract in Botswana. And Zimbabwe Mining Corporation is setting up a fund for those who want to mine chrome in the southern African country. Looking to the North African space for me, as Egypt is raising private sector inputs, that's under the President Al-Sisi looking to increase the contribution of the private sector to the GDP to 50%. And net foreign assets in Egypt in banks is about $11 billion for the month of September. And the shares of Bank Docare yesterday went up on the Tunisian stock market because the bank says it's pumping about 100 million Egyptian pounds in mortgage finance fund. And Morocco's manufacturing PPI, which produces a price index, rose 2.0 in the month of September. That's part of the economic data coming through for the month. We just finished. And Tunisia's MMR dipped slightly to 6.24% in October. September reading was 6.25%. That's apart from the reporting within the country's financial and economic space. Keep those data and headlines in mind as you go about today's business. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of November. I am Bosin Amofoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.